Let me get my glasses. Because I can't read what you said. You said, hey, PT, gotta thank you for motivating me to get on the iced tea kick. Haven't drunk pops in a while. Oh yeah, sugar's not good for you. Even though I'm about to have this, this has got well, it's just seven. Well, it said 14 grams of sugar. You know, I try not to do like this right here is tea, but it's just tea. This here is just water, nothing else. I mean, listen, sugar's in a lot of stuff that we don't know what's in. I want to shout out to a lady named Linda. Hold on. I want to shout out to a lady named Linda. She left good afternoon. She left a comment early this morning I guess early in the morning. I didn't see it until I woke up, and she said I was unorganized. Well, I am. I've been like that all my life. And she said, well, what does PT stand for? And I said, well, since I'm unorganized, what does it matter what it stands for? Why are you even watching my live if you think I'm unorganized? So let me just do you a favor, Linda, and I know you're watching, you'll see this video. I'll just remove you from my YouTube channel. Just that simple. If you think I'm unorganized, and you don't like my content, why are you here? Why you want to know what PT stands for? We'll just take you out of your miseries and just remove you from my live. You still be able to see it, but you can't make a comment. So she's probably watching now. So good morning, Linda. Or good afternoon. I want to talk about Jesse Jackson's son, y'all. Jesse Jackson Jr., I didn't understand why he did what he did. Y'all, please help me understand. Well, maybe I'm wrong, because I can stand to be corrected. But he sit up there, Jesse Jackson Jr., the felon, ain't nothing wrong with being a felon, the ex-criminal, went to prison for fraud, and you're going to sit up there and you're going to talk about the former presidents that spoke at your daddy's celebration. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Now, y'all, maybe I'm missing something. Am I missing something? Somebody please enlighten me on maybe, but PT, you don't understand. They all had their own personal relationships with him. give y'all time to type it in there. Okay, so maybe y'all don't know what I'm talking about. But Jesse Jackson Jr. had the nerves to go off on all the former presidents, Obama, Clinton, and Barack. And Biden. To the point as if they was up there saying something about my daddy and didn't know my daddy. Huh? What? Apparently you didn't know your daddy either because your daddy taught you better than doing fraud. Your daddy went to jail for rioting and trying to make things better. You didn't know your daddy either because your daddy raised you better than not go out and do something from fraud. That's what you went to prison for. So apparently you didn't know your daddy either and what your daddy stood for. And you gonna disrespect the former presidents like that? That's all the MAGA people need. That's all they want. Well, he probably just put his foot in his political career because them black folks in Illinois is gonna let you talk about Trump. They're not gonna let you talk about Obama. They're not gonna let you talk about Obama, baby. Not them people in Chicago, honey. They love our first black president, honey, of the United States of America. Actually, y'all, to be honest, Kamala Harris was the president. She actually was the president of the United States. When Biden had to go under the knife for surgery, she was the president of the United States. So Kamala Harris has been the president. Yep. She's been the president. So anyway, I just thought it was tacky. He should have kept that to himself. So disrespectful. It was time for you to celebrate your father's legacy and not throw them under the bus. Hell, you should have said it. You should have said that yesterday when they was there. You weren't bold enough to tell them in their face. Yeah, but you weren't gonna do that. Don't tell me what to do. This is my show. If I want to leave my notifications on, I can do that. You don't pay my bills over here. You don't pay my phone bill. So you don't tell me what to do with my phone and notifications. If you start watching me, then you won't hear the notifications. morning, everybody. This message is to all the people in Dallas who went to go see Cardi B. Those who be crying when they see me when I come to Dallas and talking about the good old days and I miss your shows. Let me come to Dallas and you find out you didn't get a ticket to pay $15 to come see me, but you paid $75 or $800 to go see Cardi B. I'm removing you from my Facebook. Yeah. Let me find out. I've done more for the LGBT community than she has. Hello? So we'll see. I'm finna put a video on Facebook. I'm finna read the homosexuals. As soon as I finish with y'all, I'm gonna read the homosexuals. As soon as I finish with y'all. Did y'all go to church this morning? I didn't. No, I didn't go. I'm so sick of this time change. One minute you're used to one way and then here come another way. It's like these dirty, no good ass men. They wishy-washy. Whew. I had a little light breakfast this morning, not too much. Just some eggs and turkey bacon, toast. That's it. That's it. So anyway, but it's Easter. Easter's coming up. I think it's the first Sunday in April, right? St. Patrick's Day is coming up. I don't celebrate that. Listen, if the Latino people not helping me celebrate Juneteenth, and the white folks ain't helping me celebrate St. Patrick's Day, God damn it, I'm not celebrating y'all's. Y'all have a Taco Tuesday. You have a Cinco de Mayo, which is fine. You'll have all these celebrations, but you won't celebrate Juneteenth. Well, I'm in Texas. We've been celebrating Juneteenth since I was a little kid, way before y'all even knew about it. So, well, I was eating breakfast. It's gone now. It's gone. And sometimes, you know, like it's just water, you know, just like good. This is Ozarka water. I don't know if it's really Ozarka. They say it is, but it's nothing like good, clear, clean, crisp water. I don't do the hydrant water, but you know, if I was whole and didn't have a choice and didn't have the money to go buy a bottle of water, I would drink. I would have no choice but to drink out the hydrant, but I would boil the water first. I went to Hot Springs, Arkansas, and it's not too far from Dallas. Um, what? Give them a break. It's new. Hack last year was my first celebrating. I'm not giving them no break. I'm not giving them shit. They know about Juneteenth. hmm I'm talking about just the people who live here and know about it. They will really push St. Patrick's Day. They will really push, Cinco de Mayo, which is fine, because but they won't. They don't want to. They don't want to celebrate our stuff. If they want us to celebrate their stuff, not me. So, yeah, I went to Hot Springs, and I was just amazed how that water. Let me tell y'all, the person from Hot Springs is on here to tell you. And maybe I don't understand it. Maybe I need to Google it. This might be something I might want to do today. I don't understand how you go to Hot Springs, right? And the water's free. You just pull up to the place and you just, what's the name of that little place where you go get the water? You just pull up and you can have as many bottles as you want and you can get that water, that Hot Springs, Arkansas water. And it's hot and it stays hot for I think maybe 2 weeks. We drove all the way from Hot Springs back to Dallas, which is about 3 or 4 hours. And yeah, and it has stayed hot for almost a week, maybe 2 weeks. Let me Google it. Someone explained to me why it does that. Maybe I just forgot, but it's really interesting. Like when you go there, that water stays hot for like a week. Spring water, yeah. Um, hey Google, why does the Hot Springs, Arkansas water stay hot a long time? Okay, the Hot Springs, Arkansas stays hot, average 143 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, it undergoes a 4,000-year journey deep into the Earth's crust, up to 8,000 feet down, where it is heated by natural geothermal gradient. Um, it is not volcanic, rather rainwater and filters heats up and rise rapidly through the fault lines. Wow, that is so God. That is so heavenly. That is God. Man can't do that. And let me see, how long does it last? Let me see. How long does the Hot Springs, Arkansas water stay hot once it comes up? Um, I said it doesn't leave. It doesn't leave its heat. It doesn't leave heat quickly in the open air state. It's not telling me how long it lasts. You don't. It don't. They say they use them at the bathhouses. Oh, the water is so amazing. Oh my God, it's amazing. Okay, for bathing in historic bathhouses, the water is cooled down for safety, as the natural temperature is for. It's hot. The water is hot. hmm Yeah, yeah. The water is hot. If you've never been to Hot Springs, Arkansas, guys, or any place downtown. Okay, downtown. Yeah. I think a lot of people move there. I mean, think about it. You never have to buy water if you live in Hot Springs. You just go downtown and get water, free water. That whole town is built around Hot Springs. That's why they call it Hot Springs, Arkansas. Does Little Rock have any hot springs? Oh, I just woke up. Thank you. Just a plastic. You use a plastic bottle. Hmm. Plastic bottle, just like a gallon. We use plastic bottles, gallons of plastic, and it's hot, but it won't burn the plastic. But you could put it like, yeah, just a regular plastic bottle. But it is hot. The water is hot. If you when it comes up and you throw it on somebody, that's definitely would be an assault because it is hot. Hmm. Hmm. And it tastes good. I took it back to Dallas when I lived in Dallas. I think it lasted for 2 weeks. That water was hot. Hmm. Oh, yeah. Isn't that weird? The world is it's amazing. The world, the planet we live in. It's like Little Rock don't have it, but you go over here to Hot Springs, which is about an hour away, and they got the whole town is based around Hot Springs, Arkansas. Good morning. Yeah, the whole town is built just around the hot springs. Now, is the hot springs just downtown, um, or is it all over? I got to bring this up. I'm through eating now. I hate to look down. Is the hot springs water? Is it just downtown, or is it all over Hot Springs, Arkansas? I'm going to my couch because I'm tired of sitting in this chair. Sit in front of my fireplace, the fake fireplace. Amen. Oh yeah. Mm. Oh, it's not residential. So, oh, it's not residential. Okay, so I have nothing to do with the notifications. I have nothing to do with that. I don't. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't have nothing to do with it. It is. Yeah, it's not. It's not the real one though. I wish I had a real fireplace. Bummer. 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 But if you've never been to Hot Springs, Arkansas, what other state has hot springs? Do anybody know of any other states that have hot springs that come out the ground? I think there's another state. I just forgot which one it is. Yeah, real ones are messy. You're all right. Yeah, it's cute. This one right here does different colors and stuff. Yeah, it does different colors. Hmm. Turn this light down. Yeah, there's another state that has hot springs. I just forgot what state it is. Yeah. Mm. I, I need my other glasses. Mm. Let me get my other glasses. See, that's why I don't like this fireplace. Look, it already cut off, and I had it on 50 minutes, and I just turned it on. Something wrong with it, I think. Nobody knows of another place where they have hot springs water. See, I'm turning on, and is that 20 hours? Yeah. See, it has different colors. They have different colors. I'm trying to find the colors. No, let's turn it off. Okay. See how they got the different colors? Can y'all see that? Hold on. Yeah, it's got the. Yeah, it's got the different colors. What am I looking for? What is I coming in for? What did I come in? Oh, my other glasses. Okay, because these them other glasses, those for when I do the show. I need my regular glasses. They somewhere in this bed. They might be. Oh, I think they're in the kitchen. Hello, Detroit. What did I do with my other glasses? I don't see them. Oh boy, I tell you, when you get to that age, when it comes to these glasses, it's a trip, boy. They be in your head, they be on your inside your shirt, and you don't know where they at. I just had them a minute ago. Ain't no telling what I did with them. I just had them. But I don't see them. Well, here we go. Because I got more than one pair, so these probably ain't the ones I'm looking for. I like these. Everybody think that these are professional. I'll show them to y'all. Everybody think these are professional glasses, but they're not. Everybody think these are professional, but they came straight from the dollar store. Straight from the dollar store. No, I'm not. I'm not performing today. Unless somebody send $100 to Cash App. Nope, I'm not putting on no wig and doing no show. Nope, I'm not. Yeah, they were just $1.25 at the dollar store. They got them at Dollar Tree. Yeah, they look real, but they're not. I have some real prescribed glasses, but I don't wear them that much because on the bottom is where I read, and the top. These I can do everything with these. No, I'm not performing tonight. No, I'm not. But I mean, I'm doing I'll go live and stuff like that, but I'm not doing no drag show, child. I won't be getting back. I probably won't be doing another show until probably until a couple of weeks. Yeah. Mm-hmm. A couple of weeks. Ooh, something in my eye. But yeah. But yeah, I was amazed yesterday at Jesse Jackson's son, how he dogged out the presidents. I'm like, girl, what? Girl, have you lost your mind? You know, if somebody dies in my family, everybody has. You don't really know who your family met while they was down here on this earth. So you really can't. Determine on the relationship they have with them. Oh, I'm doing good. You can't really determine on what the relationship they have with somebody. You can't tell them you didn't know my daddy. What? Bill Clinton had already got up and said that Reverend Sharpton that Reverend Jackson asked him to come speak at his mama's funeral. So what do you mean they didn't have no relationship? Sit your ass down somewhere. Jesse Jackson Jr. You talking about? I said this earlier, and I'm gonna say it again for those who didn't hear it. He talking about they didn't know his father. Apparently, you didn't know your daddy either because you was over there doing fraud and ended up in prison. You were nothing like your daddy because your daddy would have told your daddy taught you better than that. Mm. And Kim Burrell, no girl, no girl. I don't know why they didn't let Tamla Mann sing that song. She didn't know the words to the song. No, I didn't go play the drums. Hey, son. Um, she didn't know the words to the song. She had the phone in her hand. That was so tacky. They should have let Tamla Mann sing the song. I told my friend that's a musician. I said, "Is that in the song?" They was like, "No, she just making up her words to the song." Wow. Did not know one word. Okay, she should have just lip synced it. She should have just lip synced it. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, but it's done and over now. Is he? No. Andrew's still living. So those guys that was with him that day, how many of them are still living? Andrew Young is still living. Um, Al. Oh yeah, Al's still living. Al wasn't with him that day. He got shot. Was Al Sharpton with him? I don't think so. Hmm. Take me to Burger King. She sung "Take Me to the King." Was that really was that really what's the name singing y'all the song, the real song? What's that song? Never would have made it. Was that the real guy that sung that, Marvin Sapp, or was that somebody else? Because the guy that sung it, he sounded good, but I didn't know if that was really Marvin Sapp. And I know I shouldn't be judging, but the I know I shouldn't be judging, but the guy who got up and spoke, just his son, I thought he was a part of the LGBT. That was really Marvin Sapp. Okay, he sounded good. He sounded really nice. Mm. Well, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. Uh, I thought he was LGBTQ plus. He said he got, well, not saying that you can't have kids, but I said, girl, who's this queen up here? But it was his son. He was real feminine. I was like, okay, girl. Yeah. Jesse Jackson had a very, very beautiful family. He has a very beautiful family. Mm. He has a very beautiful family. I wonder was the I was the I wonder was the side chick at the funeral, the one that he had the baby by. I wonder was she there? He does have a gay son. Which one is it? Is it the one that said he had 5 kids? Because you can still have 5 kids and still, be a part of the Rainbow Coalition. Son, are you still on here? Oh, whose family? You know what, y'all? I can't do this. That's why I need. That's why I wish YouTube step their shit up and have it where people can come into your live. Oh, I wish they step their shit up. They slowly working on it. Like now, when you on your computer, I don't know if they do it now. Do y'all see commercials pop up when I'm live? Because I know that when I'm on my computer and I'm talking to y'all, a commercial will pop up while I'm talking to y'all. I don't know if they do it while I'm on my phone. Okay. Because I've been wanting to I mean, sometimes when people type stuff, I don't understand what they saying, and I've been trying to get the truth, the real tea behind it. But sometimes when you type stuff or type stuff, I don't really be understanding what y'all be saying. The baby mama is family, no commercials. Okay, so the baby mama is gay. Mm. Take me to Burger King. Hello, love. Welcome in. If everyone would please hit the thumbs up, please. Thank you. Appreciate you. When you keep saying family, I'm just say it. Gay? Are they gay? When you say family, I want to know. Are you saying that they're gay? Mm. I'll never get my do rag right. Like the straight guys have theirs, the YNs have theirs. Uh-uh. Yes, take me to Burger King. Please hold the onions, but give me more ketchup. Ah, maybe to the other. Child, we got a queen in Dallas. Her name, they call her Miss Sally. She a big girl. She real big. That bitch do that song at the club. Y'all be running up out of that bitch. Y'all be running up out of there. That big bitch wears that song out. And another thing, she used another song she would do for my birthdays. Uh, yeah, that's Tamla's song. Yeah. Good morning, brother. You have be blessed and have a wonderful Sunday. Thank you. I'm so glad y'all can determine that when you come in my live and you don't see a wig on my head, not to call me madam or ma'am or girl. Thank you. I mean, I'm not as popular as Tyler Perry, but I'm no different than he is. I just don't have his money. Yeah, that's it. That's the only difference. No, you can say good morning. Hell, it's your live. It's your channel. It's you behind the typing. You can say whatever you want to say. Mm-hmm. I got to start using my computer. I have to. I got to start using my computer. Uh, but I'm so used to using my phone. I'm so used to using my phone. I was watching this. Y'all heard of the people they call the sovereign people, where they say, I'm just traveling. They say they're traveling. It was a black guy. There's a judge here in Houston, and he's off the chain. He really do have black people's backs. He's a white judge. Y'all probably seen him on live. He always try to take it for black people, you know. And there was a guy, a black guy on there. He was representing himself. He said he was a sovereign, and the judge said, you can be whatever you want to be. Thank you. But you're going to sign this paper. Yeah. You're going to sign this paper. He said, well, what happens if I don't sign it? Yeah, many PCs now. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. And he said, well, what happens if I don't sign it? He said, you don't have to sign it, but if I'm gonna revoke your bond, and I know. And he said, I'm gonna revoke your bond, and if you leave out here, and I find out you've been driving, your bond gonna be so high, And he ended up signing it. Oh, you spent all that time talking to that man, trying to explain to him, just crazy. Like, girl, being misled, like the Jehovah Witness. Ooh, PT, don't say that. PT, that's ugly. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't judge other people's religions. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. Forgive me, Jehovah Witness. Mm. What the fuck was that? I don't know what that was. So, does anybody have Metro PCS? Y'all look at this mole on my face. It's been there all my life. See it? Yeah, child. Them things is crazy. But they did save my auntie though, because my auntie used to be a drunk. She would fight everybody. But when she became a Jehovah's Witness, she calmed down. So I was happy for her. One thing I do like about the Jehovah's Witness, though, baby, they will get out. They will get out. They will get out, and they will bring souls to Christ. Hallelujah. Not the Baptists, honey. Not the Methodists. They gonna be in them four walls as far as they going. But them goddamn Jehovah's Witnesses, they gonna get out, baby. Now the Church of God of Christ folks a long time ago, they used to do tent revivals and stuff. Ooh, I used to love me a good old tent revival. Oh my God. Ooh, they set up that tent, honey. They got them drums and tamarines out there. Mm-hmm. Ooh, I miss them tent revivals. I got one here. Is that one there too? There's one there. I got one there. I have some further down, but I can't show those. Let me stop. Happy Sunday to you. Yeah. Did anybody see my picture when I was in my teens? Well, I was 20. No, not teens, 20s. Anybody ever seen that picture when I was in my 20s? Anybody not seen it? You saw it? Who haven't seen it? I'm gonna show it to everybody. Who haven't seen it? Hmm. Yes. I'm trying to find out who haven't seen a picture of me when I was in my 20s. Dusty, don't come here changing the subject. Yeah, 'cause you definitely interrupted. And you had me going there looking on live, wasn't shit going on. Has anybody never seen my pictures when I was in my 20s? I'm trying to show y'all. No, you good, Dusty. I'm just playing. Thank you, Miss Ray, too. You know I want to show it and show my body off. I was cute, child. Okay, well, I ain't talking to you. I'm going to show it to the people that ain't seen it. Okay, hold on. I think it's in this phone. Hold on. Take me to Burger King. I think it's in this phone. Hold on. I gotta keep searching. Keep searching, searching, searching till I found it. Woo-hoo. I know it's in this phone because it's the phone I had yesterday. Or was I talking on my other phone? I don't see it so far. No, it's not in this phone, y'all. It's in my other phone. Yeah, I thought it was in this phone. I'm looking for it, but it's not in this phone. I don't know why I thought it was in this phone. It was in my other phone I was using. Oh well, I guess I won't be able to show y'all. Let me see. Let me keep looking. It might be in there. It's not in this phone, I don't think. I'm still looking. Nope, it's not in this phone. Oh well. Nope, it's not in this phone. Burger King's nasty. I don't eat. I try not to. I don't eat McDonald's and Burger King's and shit. That shit is nasty. Ugh. Unless I'm really desperate, then I'll eat it. What's the weather doing like outside? Ooh, it's sunny out there. But I think it's cold outside. Yeah, I think it's cold outside. That's why my heat keep going out. You say correct, Pete, it is nasty. It's not good for you. A lot of shit ain't no good for us, but we eat it. Unfortunately, you know. My little nephew, that's all he been eating all his life is chicken and nuggets. Lord Jesus. Like, damn, boy, don't you know you don't got nothing else to eat? Mm. You don't know nothing else to eat. So, let me show you my mama's cat. I did it. This is my mama's cat. Get off of here. Get off of here. Get off of here with that. Get off of here, prophet lying about a financial blessing. Get off of here. Don't do that. Don't come on here, prophet lying. This is my mama's cat. They've had him since he was a little baby, a little kitty cat. That's all he do is sleep. That's all he do all day is just sleep. His name is Milo. Hello, Milo. That's all he do. He just sleep all day and ready to go out at night and whore. This is my little nephew, y'all. This is the one this is my little nephew, the one that I was holding yesterday. There you go. Bless his heart. Oh. He's spoiled like this little boy right here, baby. He knows when he wake up, he gonna start screaming because he wants you to give him his bottle. Hmm. He want his bottle, baby. Hmm. Yeah, he want his bottle. And see, this is why they trying to ban drag. This is why they trying to ban drag shows. I don't know what else to say, y'all. I don't know what else to say. I'm sure it's a joke. I'm sure it's not real. I'm sure it's a joke. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. Give me a second, huh? I was showing you my ex. That was me and my ex-boyfriend when I lived in Austin. 88, 86, it is 87, 88, somewhere between 80, 1987, 1988, 89, somewhere between there. See how skinny I was? And that was Raymond. Raymond died. I moved away from, I moved away from Austin. Mm, and I think years later he passed away. Yeah, Raymond was very much, he was in the closet. When he had moved to Austin, he was still somewhat, not straight, but in the closet. His family didn't know he was gay. And, but this is 1987, look. 1987. That's the same night. Look, I was doing Patti LaBelle. See the fans right there? There it is right there. 1987. That's the night I was with him. See the Patti LaBelle fans? See him? Yeah. I'd do anything to get that weight back again. But y'all would swear I got AIDS, or y'all would swear I got cancer if I ever got back down to that size. But I could, but it would take a while. But I would be, that Ozempic could get me down there. I can't imagine what it would be like to wear a size 30 in the waist again. You know, yeah, that Ozempic could get it'll do it. He was 7 feet tall, unalived his girlfriend. That was my friend I was telling y'all about. That's him right there. That's him. Y'all ain't never heard the story. I talk about it all the time. I just said it. I talked about it so many times on here. There you go. I was in my 20s, late 20s. I was in my late 20s. You so messy. You always want me to tell something. You just want me to tell it. I've told it. People get tired of hearing the same stories. I told that story a million times about how that boy unalived his girlfriend and we were friends and um yeah. Now, for those who think now I tell you all the time, I live in a small white country town, but this town is built different than like Alabama. People say Texas is racist. Texas is racist. Racism is everywhere. But this is our Martin Luther King march here in West Texas. Look, it were a number of white folks out there. Look at that. Yep. Yeah. And for those who say, "Do it snow in Texas?" There it is, right there. It snows in Texas. This guy's the most handsomest guy in the world, and I had the biggest crush on him. Mm-mm-mm. He's so handsome. He live in Dallas. He is so fucking handsome. Woo! He's just so gorgeous. and he knows it. I just love him. I love him. I love him. Mm. Hey, Penny, how you doing? Yeah, he is. Yeah, yeah. And I tell him all the time, boy, if I had met you, me and you was the same age, you'd be my boyfriend. He just started laughing. Hmm. I'm gonna tell that story about the tall guy. This is one of my persons that I mentored and calls me their father, but he passed. Hold on. Oh, I got my hand in front of the camera. That's Joe Nathan. That was one of my sons. He passed away when I was at the Maury Povich show when he passed away. I was in New York when I found out he died. Well, when he went to the hospital. There's another son of mine who passed away, who was I was a mentor to him too as well. That was Anthony. Just young. They didn't want to take they didn't want to take care of their business. They didn't want to do what they were supposed to do. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. And and you see what happened. Yeah, but they are very, very, very much missed. Very much missed. This here's my son. Yeah, they don't get it. This here's my son, the one that's on A&E right now, the television show. That's my son. Y'all seen him before. That's the one that's good friends with Mama D. Matter of fact, that's him and Mama D. He's on A&E right now. I'm supposed to be interviewing him, and I haven't interviewed him yet. He's on TV right now, and I need to interview him, but I haven't interviewed him yet about the show. And that's my son Corey. This is the one I was with in Atlanta, the flight attendant. That's Corey. I've been knowing Corey since he was 16, sneaking into clubs. He's now in his 40s. Yeah. Yep. This was my boyfriend back in the day when she was a he. And y'all heard me tell the story about somebody hit me upside the head with an iron. This was her. But she she was well, she was a he back then, but now she's a beautiful trans woman, and that's her. I've told this story about when she hit me upside my head with an iron. That's old. That's so old. That was way, way, way back in the '80s when I lived in Austin. Hmm. Oh, it was we were young, y'all. She was mad about something. He was mad about something. I don't know. Yeah, he hit me upside the head with an iron. Yeah, I talk about this story all the time, y'all. Okay, I found it. This is PT back in his 20s. And that was back for filters and all that. Yeah, that was just the picture. That was no filter, no nothing. That was the picture. That was it. You got what you took a picture of. That was it. I mean, this is I show my sons. I'll be showing my gay sons, my sons. Like, Daddy, that's not you. I'm saying, well, I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you. Who you think it is? You think I'm just gonna catfish and show you somebody's picture? And I tell him, I say, well, I don't know if I'm gonna live to see your age. If you're gonna live to see my age, I don't know if I'm gonna be around to see you when you turn my age. But yeah, you hold on to your pictures too. You hold on to, cause like when I met Corey, the one y'all saw with the dreads, the braids or whatever, he was skinny and small, but he's gained weight and he's gotten older, got all that hair on his face, and you know, you change through the years. You change. You know, your body changes, your weight changes. Some people do, some don't. Some people remain skinny. You know, but if I ever get back down to that size again, y'all will be talking, honey. PT, have you been to the doctor? Have you had an HIV test? Have you had a test? Have you had a cancer screening? All of that. Yo, y'all will be talking, honey. Oh, I miss them days of being that small. Ooh, I used to wear a size 10 dress, 10, and I'm up to a now. All right, this is the last story, and I'm going back. I'm going back to sleep. It's a relaxed day. So I've told this story a million times, but to all the nosy people who want to hear the story, I'm going to share it with you. Okay, let me relax. Oh, I'm gonna take this light off of me. Okay. Well, I'll show you. Let me show you him first. So y'all, I'm gonna show you his picture one time, then I'm gonna tell y'all the story. Tell it again. Ooh, y'all nosy. All right. So let me find this picture. Okay. So when hold on one second. Ooh, don't ever feed somebody, baby, because you get sleepy after you eat. I'm about to fall out on y'all. Hold on. This is one of my exes right here, but he's still living. He's still around. I used to date this guy here when he was in the Navy. He uh, he flew me to. Uh-oh. He flew me to California to come see him when he was in the Navy. hmm He's still living. He live in Dallas. We still friends. hmm Yep. His name was Corey. Corey. What is this? All right, hold on. I'm gonna show y'all this picture of this guy, and then we're gonna get into the conversation. I'm going to my bed because I know I'm gonna fall asleep after I tell y'all the story. Okay, hold on. Hmm. Because he is right here. Okay. All right. So that guy right there. When I lived in Houston, let me turn this let me turn this off. Yeah, he is. He was. Yeah. When I lived in Houston, I had moved into the complex. I was living upstairs, and this guy was living downstairs. He's 7 feet tall. He was 25 when I met him. He might have been 24. And I remember walking to the courtyard, and he, he looked, Houston, Houston's a big city, and it's a lot of people there. So when I seen him, I was a little intimidated because he was so tall and gangster looking, and I'm like, oh shit. He's like, man, where you headed to the store? I'm like, yeah, man, what's up? Bring me a black and mild. I said, you gonna pay me back? Yeah, I got you, man. I said, okay. So got him a black and mild, and he I told him who I was. Told him where I lived. He said, all right, man. And, he was real cool and everything. And um, I think like 2 or 3 days later, I get a knock on my door. Oh, man, I just came by to chill, see what you got going on. Oh, okay. So me as a gay man, even though he was 25, he was so tall, I'm very much attracted to tall. My last lover in Atlanta was 7 feet tall. I like tall guys. So anyway, and even though he was young. I knew, and then I didn't know if he was gay, straight, bi. I didn't know what he had going on. Come to find out, he had a gay friend. He was cool with gays, and we became very close. I became like his big brother to him. When I met him, he had a car, he had an apartment, he had everything. His aunt lived in the apartment that I finally moved into. I was upstairs and I moved downstairs. His aunt lived downstairs. He lived downstairs. He had a nice car. He had a Cadillac. We went out to eat. We hung out. Oh, he was telling me his stories about his girls and stuff, his girlfriends, and he couldn't keep a girl because I gotta be I gotta be careful what I say because I don't know who's watching me. So I'll just put it like this: he was blessed, and the girls was fighting over him. He was 25, y'all. He was 7 feet tall, and the girls was fighting over him physically, and he couldn't keep up with all the girlfriends that he had. And a lot of the girls he had, they couldn't take what he had. You get what I'm saying? They probably thought they could take what he had, but they could. He was blessed. I eventually got to see what he had. He showed it to me, not like physically, but in a picture, and he was explaining to me why you know he was always into it with the girls. I said, dude, you're 25, you're 7 feet tall, and you blessed like that. Of course they're gonna be fighting over you. They was D happy, you know. So and and he, oh, you're so messy. And so he said, and so he was just talking about how one time he was making out with a girl and he went in the wrong way. She called the police on him. Yeah, he said that he tried to do that to her in the back, like and he was like, "No, I didn't. You just moved the wrong way." Child, he was telling me all kind of stories about these girls and stuff. So unfortunately, old dude, he lost his job. So I told him, I said, look, little bro, I say, just because you don't have a job, you can go find another job. He was doing security. I said, look, little bro, you don't, you know. Then he ended up losing his apartment. I said, dude, go get on the bus. Tell him to. I used to do security back in the day. Tell them to put you in the neighborhood that you could catch a bus to, and tell them you can only work security jobs that you work when you can, not when they need you. You tell them this is when I can work. Let me block this person. Hold on, y'all. Okay, moving on. Why don't tell them, because I've done security, and you don't. They usually you don't work when they want you to work. You tell them, hey, this is my schedule, and because security guards, people, they're always looking for people to do security, and so I don't know, he just gave up, and he lost his job. He lost his car, and next thing you know, one day I seen him. He had some cousins that was living in efficiency, and it was like 6 or 7 of them in the efficiency, child. I let him spend some nights with me, but I wasn't gonna let him move in. Uh, he spent nights with me. I would, but before all that happened, I used to get on him about his clothes. I say, bro, you can't go to work with funky shirts. Remind you, y'all, he was still young. He was only 25. He's just 7 feet tall, you know. And I said, bro, bring your shirts over, bro. I'm gonna wash your shirts for you because his armpits was gone. He's just young and just young and don't know how to do shit for themselves. And I was looking after him for as a big brother, because I did have a crush on him, but he was too young and he was straight, so. And so I would wash his shirts and stuff, but bitch, I had to put bleach and everything else on them damn shirts. Them goddamn armpits, woo. So anyway, uh, and then so when he got evicted, he sold all his furniture and everything. And next thing you know, he's living here from here, living there. He was in the laundry room. I said, "What are you doing in the laundry room?" I said, "Bro, come to the apartment," because I was living downstairs. I hadn't moved downstairs. I moved into his aunt's apartment. Um, yeah, they were strong. Just a young guy that don't know how to wash. That's all that was. So we became really close and everything, and then I stopped seeing him. I never seen him again for a long time. Then every once in a while he would pop back up at the. Oh, remind me to tell y'all about the guy who lied on me. Okay, please. Now that's one story I do want to tell because it happened in the same complex. So I would see him, and then I wouldn't see him, and then he one day, like I said, one day he was in the laundry room. I told him to come spend a couple of nights in my house. And every time he come over, he'd be on the phone arguing with girls. He'd just be on the phone arguing with girls all the time. That's all he did, just fighting and arguing with females. You know, he did have a baby mom and he did have a daughter, but they were cool. He didn't really fool with her. He was just whatever. So he left, and I would see him every once in a while, not all the time. Sometimes he'd pop back over there. Sometimes he would call me. He never asked me for money. He never asked me for money because he had girlfriends, and the girlfriends was, trying to help him. But I do remember him telling me, he said, when I had everything, I was there for my ladies and shit like that. But now that I don't have nothing, they treat me in a kind of way, you know. And I was telling him, I said, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. What the Lord, what the Lord has blessed you with, bro, you can start a GoFundMe. You can start what's that? What they call it? OnlyFans. He's like, he didn't want to do that. He said, I don't want to do that. So you ain't got to show your face, cover up your face, and tell. You just tell one girl, then the next girl gonna tell another girl, or the punks or whoever. And I said, bro, you probably make $1 million. He didn't want to do it. He had too much. He just didn't want to do it. So I didn't see him for a long time, and I was happened to be on the internet one night, and it came across my computer, I believe, or my phone. It was about a young man who had unalived his girlfriend, and I got to looking, and I said, "Wait a minute, uh-uh, this boy, this boy then kicked in the door, went upstairs with his gun. Mind you, he never had a gun. The whole time I hung out with him, he never had a gun. Never seen him with a gun. Never. The sweetest person in the world. He had a heart of gold. He was a nice young man. Where he got that gun from, I don't know. He went upstairs, he kicked the door in. Kicked the door in, went upstairs and just randomly started shooting. He shot and killed this girl, this whoever this girl was that he was talking to, and even kids was in the bedroom. So and my mouth had dropped wide open when I saw that. I said, "What the fuck?" And I started calling. I called my best friend Chase because Chase knew who he was. I was telling people in the complex, and they couldn't believe it. It was like, "What?" They was like, "Yeah." And he was so nice. He was like, you know. So I'm online saying, "Rest in peace to the young lady." But y'all, what happened? I said, "Cause I knew this guy. He was so nice. What fucking happened?" So finally, I get an inbox on Facebook, and the girl goes, "How do you know him?" I'm like, "Bitch, who are you?" "I'm the baby mama." I said, "Oh," I said, "Okay, well," I said, "Well, first of all, he's not gay," because it was obviously she could look at my Facebook and knew I was gay. And I said, he was like my little brother. I said, I used to live in the complex he lived in, and I moved into his aunt's apartment like that. She said, "Oh," and I said, "What happened? Like what? You know, he was not." She said, "Yeah." So this is what allegedly happened. This is what the baby mama told me. Now, mind you, him and the baby mama were cool. It was just, you know, she told me that one of the girls was sleeping. Oh, it was two sisters that were sleeping with him at the same time, and one of the sisters said that she was going to tell her sister that they was messing around, and um, and apparently one of the sisters threatened to do something to his daughter, threatened his daughter. And let me tell y'all something about these young niggas. You don't play with these young dudes, kids at 25. They don't have it all up here. You don't play with a 20. You don't play with a 19, 20, 20, 25 year old uh, young dude's thug. He was a little thug dude too. You don't play with their children. And he threatened to do something to the girl, to the baby, and he went over there and kicked that door in and randomly began shooting. And I told her, you know how they say people snap? He snapped because I'm telling y'all, he was one of the nicest. I never felt scared around him. I never felt. I've never seen him with a gun, nothing. So when you threaten somebody's child like that, these things, especially if a person is young and they ain't got their shit together, and he was already going through some shit, and you gonna threaten his daughter? hmm And he shot and killed the girl. They gave him capital murder, but they took that off, and he's sitting in prison right now. Mm. Okay, hi everybody. This is my last story, and I gotta go. So, now check this out. There was a guy that lived in my complex. He might have been 25, 24, 25, and he smoked weed. I don't smoke. I never smoke. And he was on saying, "Man, you smoke?" I'm like, "No, dude, I don't smoke." Um, and then he's like, "You got $5?" No, dude, I got $5. So I, where I live, the guy lived. He lived above me. He lived above me, and he lived with his mom. But I think he was 25 at the time, 26. He's probably in his 30s now, and And so I got tired of him begging me for $5, 10. I said, dude, take my trash out. Here's $5, dude. So he take my trash out because I hate taking out trash, and our trash bin was so far away from where I was at, I didn't feel like taking it out. And so, so I give him $5. Sometimes I give him 10 because I know what he want to do. He want to smoke, and I was attracted to him, but he said he was straight. I said, okay, cool, 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 cool. All right. But he kept harassing me about money for weed. And I said, dude, I didn't told you. Dude, I didn't told you. I'm not gonna just give you money to smoke, you know, whatever. So he sent me videos of him with his shirt off, smoking his little weed. Man, I'm trying to give me something to smoke. I'm like, dude, don't be sending me no pictures. Leave me alone, okay? So I stopped fucking with him because he was getting on my nerves. Let me tell y'all something. People who like to smoke weed, they got to get their weed some kind of way. It don't matter what. They want to get their weed. So, and he was young too, right? And so I moved away. And mind you, he sent me more than one video. And I do have the videos. I can show y'all the video. It was not the sexual, it was just a video of him smoking weed on the patio, begging me for money. Right? So I just left him alone. I let it go. And excuse me. I came back to the complex, right? I was moving back and into the same complex. And I'm walking through the courtyard, and up this lady walks up to me. That was his mother. She said, my son said that you were uh, trying to talk to him, and he's not gay. I say, bitch, get out my face. Get out of my face. And don't you ever approach me again about your son. And matter of fact, when I used to live there, he got in trouble because she didn't know he was smoking weed, and one of the neighbors told on him. She got real mad. Child, these kids do all kind of shit behind their parents' backs. And so did I. So I said, ma'am, get away from me. Do not approach me. So when I moved back to the complex, um, I still had those videos, and I saw him, and I walked up to him. I said, "You better see. You didn't think I was moving back, did you? You thought I was gone. You thought I was just leaving Houston and never coming back, and you probably never thought I'd move back in this apartment complex." I said, "You need to tell your mama that you lied on me. If you don't, guess what? I'm gonna show her these videos that you sent me." Oh, I'll tell her, and I'll tell her that. Yeah, yeah. You better tell her I will show her these videos because I still got him in my phone. And I went to the apartment complex and I told my landlord what happened. I showed her the video. She said, "Yeah, that's his son." Wow, how would you able to get the videos of his son? Thank you. Baby, he cleaned that shit up real fast. And the next time I seen his mama, she said, "How you doing?" Bitch. Baby, the girls will try you, honey. That's why you gotta be 2 steps ahead of the girls, honey. 2 steps ahead of the girls, because they will try you, girl. Sure did, honey. He got a child now. He got a kid and everything now. I seen his mama the last time I moved in now. She said, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, how's your little gay son doing?" Oh boy, I tell you. Oh, oh boy. Anyway, y'all. I'm gonna holler at y'all later on. I hope y'all enjoyed those boring stories. Y'all be good, and I'll see y'all later on, okay? Oh, by the way, the lady named Linda, you probably can't leave a comment because you came on my live early this morning, about 2 or 3 in the morning, and said that I was unorganized. And what does PT stand for? Well, if I'm unorganized, what does it matter what PT stands for? So, Miss Linda, what I did was I just removed you from my live. So I know you probably watching. I know you can't say anything. Well, you can't say anything because I removed you from my YouTube channel. Now, Miss Linda, you can go and create a whole new page and you can come back. But until then, you have a great evening, everybody. And I'll see y'all later on. Bye. Sleepy time.